what's up, guys? This is Anthony and Carlos with the MalcoCast, and today we have a little bit of a somber MalcoCast because we learned yesterday, which was Friday, that the Foo Fighters drummer Taylor Hawkins has passed away. Now, they were set to perform in Colombia, and apparently the Foo Fighters canceled the show. Nobody knew what was going on, and it wasn't until about 10 or 15 minutes until after they announced the cancellation of the show that fans learned that Taylor Hawkins had been found dead in his hotel room. Now, talk about talk about a tragedy, man. He was only 50 years old, which is only 5 years older than I am, and what, 4 years older than you are? Is that correct?
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Um, yeah, dude, I woke up this morning to that news. I didn't know that had came out. What, it came out last night?
Yeah, it came out last night. Yeah.
Yeah, I woke up this morning about 4 o'clock West Coast time this morning, and was doing what everybody does first thing in the morning, scrolling through my phone, and I was like, "Oh crap!" It was a big shock, dude. It really was. I've never been a huge Foo Fighter fan, but I did enjoy watching him play like on video. Like
Hmm.
I felt like that's what you want your drummer to look like when he's playing back there, playing. Is Taylor Hawkins, dude. He looked like he loved what he did. When he was out there playing.
No, absolutely. I mean, I started following Taylor Hawkins during his Alanis Morissette days. He was a drummer for Alanis Morissette. He was even featured in the documentary that HBO did on Alanis Morissette, and he talks about being a member of that band and then leaving Alanis Morissette to go and drum for Dave Grohl and the Foo Fighters and stuff. And he was always just one of these guys who was jovial and was carefree, and he was a good drummer, and Dave Grohl saw that in him and scooped him up for the Foo Fighters and stuff. But it's what a tragic thing for Dave Grohl, huh? I mean, he lost arguably one of the most prolific musicians uh out there in Kurt Cobain, and now he has to bury another musician friend, which is another tragedy in his life. It's like, is this rock and roll lifestyle even worth it? if
Right?
all these guys are dying, man.
Yeah, man. That's a question. I mean, to some to me, I don't know. That's is it worth it? I don't know.
And
Is it worth it?
although the cause of death hasn't been released, nobody knows how or what happened to Taylor Hawkins. Apparently, the police down in Colombia released a statement saying that the death may have been linked to drugs. But at the same time, they said that the cause of death hasn't been established. Now, I'm wondering why they said that, because I saw certain news reports that said that Taylor Hawkins had complained to hotel staff that he had some chest pain on the night of his death, and his drug use, has been well documented in the past. In 2001, he spent 2 weeks in a coma because of
Yeah.
some heroin use, and he had seemed to have bounced back from that and recovered from that, saying that it changed him and his drug use habits and stuff. And so, um, although I don't know, nobody knows what the cause of death is here, and it's
Right. And I
way
don't.
way too early.
Yeah, I don't think we should speculate on that. Because I mean, I know that's what everybody's going to think of right off the bat is probably overdose or something like that. And I
Right.
hope that's not the case. And hopefully he had found a place in his life where that wouldn't be the case. Like he, um, yeah, man. I think it's far too early to speculate on that.
Yeah, and
Um,
it's kind of weird that the police would have, just based on his past statements that he's made in the media and stuff, and his well documented history of drug abuse, how I think it was kind of irresponsible for them to have said that it may have been linked to drugs, if it's just way too early. I mean, to even know that. Um, but yeah, man, talk about flying high. They just released that movie of theirs, and I know that the movie was critically panned. Studio 666. Taylor was in that movie, and just last year, on the first year of their eligibility, the Foo Fighters they were admitted to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, dude. And it seemed like they were on a professional kick. I mean, there aren't very many bands from the 90s that were enjoying the kind of success that the Foo Fighters were enjoying now. And you say you weren't a big fan of them, but I was like the complete opposite. I was a big fan of the Foo Fighters. The Taylor Hawkins really won me over with his drum skills and his performances, specifically on the song "My Hero," which starts
Yeah.
out with that just awesome drum beat that he makes, dude. It's like that, and then the guitars kick in.
Mhm.
It's like, dude, he's legit. He was every bit, in my opinion, at least, every bit as of a good drummer as this Dave Grohl was.
Well, here's my thing, dude. If you want to judge in today's day and age, and with social media being what it is now, if you want to judge somebody, just look at how many people have sent condolences or posted condolences to Taylor Hawkins and the Foo Fighters and their family. It causes so many musical lines, dude. It doesn't matter if you're a metal guy, a hard rock guy, a country guy, a punk guy.
Yeah.
Like everybody's reaching out, and so that should tell you all you need to know about like his influence on in music today in today's day and age.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, the outpouring of well wishes and condolences has been rather overwhelming. I've seen, everyone has been tweeting about this, and Ozzy Osbourne tweeted. Let's see, what does Ozzy say about it? And not that Foo Fighters was ever a dark metal or metal band, but uh,
But
Ozzy,
that's my point, dude. Is like it doesn't matter if they were a dark metal band or not.
yeah.
From people from every style of rock music, metal music, are because he meant that much to the musical community. Taylor Hawkins did.
Yeah, I mean,
So
Ozzy Osbourne said Taylor Hawkins was truly a great person and an amazing musician. My love, and my condolences go out to his wife, his children, his family, his band, and his fans. See you on the other side, Ozzy. And that's just one of them. I saw Axl Rose tweeting about it earlier. Of course, the Foo Fighters are the ones who broke the news in
right,
their message, and that must have been really hard for them to do. I can't imagine what they're
dude.
going
I
through.
could, as being a guy, being in a band, and your bandmates are your brothers, dude, and just to have to, I really hope I don't ever have to experience that. Having to say goodbye to like
Yeah,
I don't
gosh.
know, man. I don't ever want to have to think about that. It's just I don't know. It sucks, dude. It really does suck.
Yeah, no, I'm getting when Chris Cornell died, man, and when Scott Stapp died, man, not Scott Stapp, but Scott Weiland, um, of Stone Temple Pilots, I'm feeling the same way, man. Where it's like I'm in such shock right now that he has passed away. I mean, he was such a positive influence in a lot of people's lives, and
And
you
you
know,
think about now, like 50 is not old, dude. Like
yeah, I
we
know.
say that as we creep closer to 50.
Yeah, this it's been a tough month, man. I mean, even with the death of Scott Hall, the legendary wrestler, he passed away
Yeah,
after complications from surgery, and I know that you saw that, and
yeah.
it's been a tough year so far in the deaths, and so I think that I like you said, I hope that his family can find some peace, and his musical family, and there's a lot of people who care about him, us being included in that, and I just really wish, I hope that his family um, can come to terms with his death. I mean, there's really no coming to terms with his death, but I hope they can find some peace, and that I offer my condolences to them.
Same, man. My condolences go out to his family, the Foo Fighters family. It's definitely a sad day for rock and roll, dude. Like,
Absolutely, and we want to know in the comments what your memories of Taylor Hawkins are, whether you caught him in the Foo Fighters or in his other projects.
dude,
Sad day,
I know
man.
it's way too early to even like think about that, but what do the Foo Fighters do from here, dude? Like, where do they go? Do they continue on? Do they find a replacement? I mean, I'm sure Taylor was a big part of the creative process with them. So, like I said, I know it's way too early to even like. They probably obviously won't even put their heads around that part, like
Yeah,
for some time. But it's just as fans of music and stuff, like that's something I'm curious to see what happens,
I,
dude.
I
Like,
wonder. I wonder what Taylor would have wanted. What if he have wanted them to go on and keep the music going, or we would he have wanted it to stop? I'm guessing that he probably would have wanted the music to continue.
yeah.
Um,
And I'm sure that's probably the case,
yeah,
but being in a band, like how did the rest of the guys after performing with this guy for so long, and I don't know, man, just continuing on and looking back there and seeing
yeah,
anybody else other than Taylor back there would be kind of hard, dude. I don't know, man. It's
yeah. No, it's got to be devastating, man. I mean, I can't imagine what they're going through right now, and I don't think anybody would be mad at the Foo Fighters for canceling the rest of their tour.
no,
Um,
absolutely not, dude. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it's just human decency, really. Anyways, guys, sad day in rock history, man. And again, we just offer our condolences. And I think that's going to do it for today's MalcoCast. Let us know in the comments what your memories are of Taylor Hawkins. And do not forget to subscribe to the channel for more content. Thank you guys very much for joining us. And we will see you next time on the MalcoCast. Peace.